All right, we're back. Technical difficulties. um, another game shocked me was I'll go Washington and the Giants. Um, Washington gave the Giants every chance to win this game. I don't think Eli Manning is the answer for the Giants. I think in his down career. Question is, I talked to Kasey earlier today. Do you sit Eli or do you let him play the rest of these games out? That's debatable. So the Giants are going to have a bye this week, so they got time to think about it. Got 2 weeks to think about it, what they're going to do. Um, Another game that kind of blew my mind was New Orleans and Minnesota. I thought it was going to be a shootout. It was a defensive game. New Orleans defense really stepped up because Drew Brees didn't have a good game. He only threw for 120 yards, interception, and a touchdown, I believe. Um, New Orleans defense really stepped up and gave Kirk Cousins fits. The Monday night game shocked me. New England, I thought they were going to come in there at Buffalo and blow the brakes off of them, but when you have Thurman Thomas getting his jersey retired in the stadium, and you got Bruce Smith there, Buffalo fans was geared up for that game. But Tom Brady now is 29-3 against the Buffalo Bills, so that's telling me that that division is so weak. It's not every year one of those guys, Jets, Miami, and Buffalo are drafting in the top 10, but they still can't get better. What is that telling you? That we need to take the Patriots out that division? I'm guessing. Take the Patriots out the division, put them in the AFC North, and then take Cleveland, because that's a sorry team, and put them with the other sorry guys, the Jets, Miami, and Buffalo. And then we'll see who wins that division now. That's just my take into. Um, Let me see another game. I had to agree with Kasey. The Denver and Kasey game was really close. Um, Denver was really sticking it to him. Now we're starting to see that you can get film on Patrick Mahomes and kind of slow down that offense, even though he threw for 4 touchdowns. Um, you kind of see how people are, starting to figure him out a little bit now. Like I said, it'll probably take to next year to really figure him out. And I'll just do one more game. Um, I was shocked about Baltimore and Carolina. Now, Baltimore came in with a defense that, is good. But Carolina is really shocking me this year, how they're playing, and Cam Newton is getting back to that MVP status. So that game kind of shocked me. So now we're going to get into these picks. It's week 9. Kasey's got the title this week. I had the title for 2 weeks. That what happens when we pick. We do our picks. It can go any way. It can go, somebody can get swept, or we can go split it down the middle, and we decide on points, or we decide on fantasy football. But um, we we agreed. We didn't agree on 2 games last week, and Kasey won both of the games. So they were close. Well, they wasn't close. The second game we didn't agree on was close. So, but first game we got is tomorrow. It's gonna be the boohoo uh, game because it's Halloween. So boo. So everybody's gonna be booing the whole time because this game is not really good. We got the Oakland Raiders just going down the street to San Francisco, to the Bay Area. So, no, they play in the same stadium. So, so it's basically a home game for both teams. But San Francisco at no, it's Oakland Raiders at San Francisco. Kasey, man, wondering questions. Who you got?
This one is a who cares bowl. I mean, you got Derek Carr throwing to God knows who now because Amari Cooper is in Dallas. Um, Unless he tried to throw to Dallas and get picked off. But anyway, um, then you got the 49ers with no Garoppolo, but Beathard's been playing decent. Um, I'm going to say 49ers by a field goal, only because it's at home.
Oh man. Let's see. Oakland played last week without Amari Cooper, and they took Indianapolis into overtime.
They then lost 42-28.
Was I didn't go in overtime. Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
42-28. Okay. Ah, I'm trying to see what game went in overtime last week. Oh, Cincinnati and Tampa Bay.
That one was decided in regulation on a
Regulation.
field goal,
Okay.
but yeah.
Um. Well, I'm going to San Francisco.
It is understandable that he thinks that the game went into overtime because there's been so many games that went into overtime
Yeah.
this year.
So
So yeah, that would throw anybody's mind for a loop.
yeah. Um. We got Chicago at Buffalo. Casey, who you got?
The Bears. This game, this game's no interest at all. I mean, it's like really the Bills' offense is horrible. Their offense is offensive. But the Bears defense has got a good D, so they could not get one touchdown on offense, and I think they'd still win this game. I got the Bears.
I got the Bears too. Um, the Bears didn't have Khalil Mack last game, but they still won. Buffalo. I think the season's over for them. LaShawn McCoy, he's playing not to get hurt. Um, he was about to get hit. Excuse me. He was about to get hit the other day, and and um, he just fell to the ground because he didn't want to get hit. So I'm um, I'm guessing that he's trying to get traded. So that's what I'm thinking. Um, we um we will see. So Chicago is who I got. Now the next game is gonna be a good game. We got Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Baltimore beat Pittsburgh last time in Pittsburgh. So is it a revenge game or no? Um, Pittsburgh's coming off uh, a win against Cleveland, and then Baltimore's coming off a heartbreak loss against Carolina. So who you got?
I got the Ravens because I think their defense is good enough, and the Steelers' defense isn't nearly what it has been. So I so I got the Ravens in this one, not by a whole lot, but maybe by a touchdown.
I'm going Ravens too. I think Ravens. These two teams know each other well, so it's not going to be nothing nice. It's probably going to be all nasty. Um, this is going to be a black and blue game, so we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Then we got a pretty good one. We got Atlanta going against the division leaders. Washington Redskins are 5-2. Um, this seems like this is going to be offense versus defense because Atlanta's got a high off profile offense when they're good, and then Redskins defense is pretty good this year. Their offense is okay. Alex Smith plans on not winning it. He plans on not losing games. Manages the game. So, Casey, who you got?
I like the Falcons' offense, but they've been they've been hard to figure out this year, and so have been the Redskins. But I think the fact this game is at home and Alex Smith is a good game manager. He doesn't make a lot of key mistakes. I got the Redskins by 3.
I'm going with the Dirty Birds in this one, ladies and gentlemen. Um, I think I think they'll beat Washington. I just think Washington's offense is. If Atlanta can score points, I don't think Washington's offense can match the points. That's how I feel. So then we got another division game. Two teams coming off heartbreak losses. We got Detroit and we got Minnesota. Kasey, who you got?
I'm not lying when I tell you the Vikings. I think that getting rid of Golden Tate is going to hurt them. Um, Matthew Stafford is good, but Golden Tate was one of his key receivers he threw to. So I don't think that I think that's going to be too much to overcome. I got Minnesota.
I'm going to Vikings too. I think Mike Detroit lost Golden Tate. And then, the Vikings, they didn't really lose nothing, but they just lost the game last week. So I think they'll get it back on track. They're at home. So I got Minnesota. Then we got Kansas City Chiefs going to Cleveland. We didn't talk about it, but Cleveland, we'll talk about it a little bit right now. But Cleveland fired their head coach, and their offensive coordinator. So Cleveland fired Hugh Douglas, and then they fired Todd Haley. So what I don't know what it's gonna look like in Cleveland now, but Casey, who you got?
It's going to look like this. In other words, in plain English, Chiefs win. I think on paper the Browns got a chance to compete, but in reality, I think the Chiefs are going to whoop them.
I'm going Chiefs too. I just think Cleveland, they just rebuilding. I mean, they're going through a lot of shit. When you fire a coach mid season, it's kind of heartbreaking. But and then you fire your offensive coordinator, so I don't know who's going to be calling plays. It can't be helpful to, excuse me, can't be helpful to Baker Mayfield. Having a different coach calling your plays now. So um, we got another division game. We got a lot of division games going on here. We got the Jets at the Miami. Casey, man, who you got?
I got the Dolphins in this one. The Jets have been playing. I mean, like they're back to their reality. I picked. I actually got you guys a point last week. Woohoo! Because you were picking the Bears, but because we were talking about every game that I've picked the Jets, they've lost, and every game that I've picked against them, they'd won. But last week was a difference. So we'll see if the Dolphins can make it two in a row. I got Miami. I think their offense is solid. It's not great, but their defense is good enough to put enough pressure on Sam Darnold.
I got Miami too. I just think Miami's a little better team. I kind of watched Miami's team on last Thursday, even though Deshaun Watson threw 5 touchdowns on them. But um, I think Miami can get it back together this week with a win over the Jets. Now we got another division game too. We got Tampa Bay at Carolina. Tampa Bay, they went with a quarterback change because Jameson's he threw 4 picks last week, and if he would have stayed in, I think he would have threw 6 or 7. Cam Newton coming off a big win against Baltimore. Carolina's looking good, and they're at home. Casey, man, who you got?
I got Carolina in this game. Tampa Bay looks better with Fitzpatrick, but I almost kind of look like Fitzpatrick, so maybe it's me. No, anyway, no, it's definitely not me. I'm not that good. But no, they're looking better with Fitzpatrick, but you're facing a really good defense in Carolina, and Cam Newton's calming, doing the calming down thing. But no, I got Carolina in this one.
I'm going Carolina too. Um, I think I think what Carolina's doing this year with Cam and the rest of those guys, and the run game is going good, and the defense is playing pretty well. So I'm going I'm going with Carolina. Then we got a game we were talking about earlier today. We got Houston. They just got Demarius Thomas from Denver. They're at Denver. Um, so who you really got in this game, Casey?
Everyone who knows me knows I'm a Broncos fan. But as far as picking goes, you also, if you've watched my watch the show, you also see that when it comes down to picks, I won't hesitate picking against my team if I don't think they're gonna win. Um, and without Demarius Thomas, I think had they not traded DT, I would have picked Denver. But since they did, now that a lot of pressure is going to be put on Emmanuel Sanders, and the with Watt and Clowney, their uh, their pass rush is back. I think the Texans pull this one out.
I'm going Texans too, even though it's at home. It's going to be a close game, even though because you got to think about it. The reason why I think Denver traded Demarius Thomas because Emmanuel Sanders, he's the man in Denver now. He's been getting all the balls. He's been making trick play, throwing touchdown passes, and he's been the man. He's been their deep threat and all that. So he's been Case Keenum's guy.
But the only difference though with that is it makes a difference when you have two elite receivers on the field at the same time as opposed to just one. I don't know who the biggest thing for Denver is who's going to step up in Demarius Thomas's absence. So yeah, whereas you can't with two good receivers, you can't double team anyone. But now that Emmanuel Sanders is the guy without DT, you can throw a lot more double teams at him and make Case throw it to the other receivers and make them figure out if there's someone that's worthy to step up and take that elite or good receiver role.
To answer Casey's question, who's going to step in for Demarius Thomas and take over his role? I think they see something in the rookie. I think his name is Sultan. His last night, Sultan. So maybe he's been playing better than Demarius Thomas. Because I see Demarius Thomas seem like he lost a step. You know how they said Dez Bryant lost a step. And then I really don't see them really going to Demarius Thomas a lot. So that's why I figured that's why they got rid of him. But to answer his question, ladies and gentlemen, I think they see something in the rookie that they got in this past draft, Sultan, that really got them thinking that they got something there with the Sanders and him. So um, then we got a good game here too. We got the LA Chargers going to Seattle and playing uh, the Seahawks. Both teams coming off good wins, and the Chargers coming off a bye, so they won up. They went up there in London about 2 weeks ago, and they're flying high. And Seattle's been playing good defense. It's not the same defense they had back in the day because Legion of Boom is gone. But um, it's still Seattle, and they still got the 12th man. Kasey, who you got?
This one was the toughest game for me to pick of the week 9 because offensive weapons, the Chargers have more offensive weapons, but the Seahawks have been playing it out of their mind. They've been a lot better than people thought. I mean, going into week 9, they're what 4-3. So I mean I personally had them like 6-10, maybe 7-9, but yeah, they're a whole lot better. So I mean, I I see this game being a close game throughout, but I see Russell Wilson making a key play down the stretch to get them either the game winning touchdown or the game winning field goal. I got Seattle.
I'm going Seattle too. I think they just it's in Seattle, and they got the 12th man, and I know that crowd is going to be in feeling it in the air like Phil Collins. I could feel it in the air, calling. So I just think Seattle will get the Chargers. I know the Chargers is going to be hard to beat, but they're good, and they're probably going to make the playoffs. So, but I just think, man, we got a good one. We got like it seemed like we got one of the like heavy hitters here. We got the Rams coming to New Orleans. Now this is a game where the Rams can make a statement like, "Hey, we here, we trying to go undefeated," and because a lot of people are picking New Orleans to go to the Super Bowl, and New Orleans just coming off a good game against Minnesota, in which Drew Brees didn't play well. So Drew Brees gonna have to play well in this one. So Kasey, who you got?
Okay, the key things for this game for both. I'm gonna give one ingredient for both teams. Um, for the Rams to win, Todd Gurley is gonna have a big game. Because if it gets into a shootout, Jared Goff versus Drew Brees, there's no comparison. The Saints would mop the floor with them if they got into a shootout. The big thing for so the Rams got to really run the ball. The big thing for the Saints is 120 yards passing last week, and is Drew Brees going to have two bad games in a row? No, he's not. Um, you can one thing I've been seeing is you can throw the ball against the Rams. They've won by the skin of their teeth in a few of them, but I think their luck runs out on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. I got the Saints.
I'm going Saints. I think the Rams get their first loss, which is good because when they play Kansas City, it'll be both loss. That way they can beat Kansas City. Yeah, I got the Saints. I think Drew Brees and that dome. I think they'll bring it home, and if showing that Drew Brees can show that he can, hang with the teams, tough teams. Now we got another one. We got another heavy hitter. We got the game of who's the GOAT, because some people think Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the NFL, and some people think Tom Brady is the best quarterback. Some people think that Tom Brady is better than Joe Montana. Um, the it's kind of like the LeBron James and the Michael Jordan comparisons, because Joe Montana is 4-0 in the Super Bowl, and Tom Brady is 5-3 because he went to the Super Bowl 8 times, 5-3 in the play, and then Michael Jordan is 6-0, and LeBron James is 3-6. So, and then this is gonna be a, and then Green Bay seemed like they got worst off on defense. They let go of Clinton Dix, and I'm just like, are y'all trying to give up, or are y'all that mad because y'all was in the game? I mean, as long as you got Aaron Rodgers, you in any game. But when you put too much on a man's shoulders, it's so much he can take. So, Casey, the battle of the goats. Who you got?
I got the Patriots in this one. I don't like picking New England because they're there every year. It's kind of the same old song, same old dance. But as far as like comparison, I hear the argument over why Aaron Rodgers is better than Tom Brady. I personally would agree with that. I know I get a lot of laughs about that simply because Aaron Rodgers does more with less than Brady does. It's like Brady he's got an offensive mastermind in Bill Belichick. Actually, no, we'll call it he's practically a genius. So and then Brady is like Montana in the sense that he has a decent arm, but his throws are much more effective when he throws short. And he throws to Gronk a lot. He throws to Edelman a lot. He does he does the short pass stuff. Aaron Rodgers, there's nobody better in the game than Aaron Rodgers with the back shoulder throw. He and he does it effortless. So I would, even though I personally believe Brady is the greatest of all time, even though that image is tarnished, just like Bonds' home run record. Um, but I still, but I got the Patriots in this one. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think New England wins.
I got New England too. Um, I know you can score against New England's defense. The thing that Belichick does is he takes something that you really like away from you. So they're probably gonna take the Devontae Adams away from Tom Brady. They're probably gonna
I mean
double him.
Aaron Rodgers.
I mean Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, Aaron Rodgers from Aaron Rodgers. So um, on the New England side, Gronk is not Gronk no more. It seemed like he lost a step or two, or he's in pain, or he's hurting. Um, I know he's playing through pain. I know he made a heck of a catch on Monday, but I just think Gronk is not Gronk no more. I think this man is what 6'6", and what maybe I'm saying 280, 290, maybe 280, 290. But it seems like Gronk is like really playing hurt. He's wincing. Like it hurt him for him to bend over. Um, yeah, I just think that man. Uh, I know they have one without Gronk, um, but I just think Gronk is at in this. I don't want to say final days. I just think he just needs some time to heal. So, but obviously, I'm going with Patriots. And on the GOAT situation, Tom Brady is the GOAT right now, but Aaron Rodgers, until you get some more Super Bowls, you shouldn't be in the conversation of who's the GOAT. You only got one Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers. So, um, so I got New England. Then we got the Monday night game. We got both of these teams are coming off byes. We got Tennessee coming off a tough game in London where they should have went to in overtime, but they choose to try to win the game. And then we got Dallas coming off a heartbreak loss to division rival Washington, where they missed the field goal, which would have went in overtime. Um, and then they got Amari Cooper. It'll be his first game. And Casey, who you got?
Even though I like the Titans better than the Cowboys, I think the fact this game's at home, and adding Amari Cooper and Zeke Elliott. I think the Cowboys have too many weapons. I got Dallas in this one by field goal to a touchdown.
I'm going Dallas. I think Dallas is undefeated at home and they play well at home. So this should be a hell of a game, good game. Mari Cooper's first game. Hey, I'm trying to watch that game. So anybody want to let me come over their house and watch it? I'm willing to come over and watch it. So, but yeah, I want to go. I want to go see this Mari Cooper, see how he fits the Dallas offense. Um, and so we'll see what happens. We'll see if Amari Cooper can make this Dallas offense better. Can he open it up where Zeke can run? Because I know Kasey wants to see that. Zeke is on his fantasy football team. That 32 yards 2 weeks ago ain't cutting it. So I'm pretty sure Kasey would like to see the offense open it up. Them not having 8-man fronts, 9-man fronts, so Zeke can hit the holes. Usually Zeke plays well at home. So uh, we got uh, we got 6 people on buys. We got Arizona, we got Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Jacksonville, New York Giants, and Philadelphia Eagles. We got all those teams on buys. So and well that's our picks. I think well Kasey will get to who's winning and on the picks and that. Once again, happy holiday. You guys be safe out there tonight. Um, and another thing, people that's passing out candy, quit being stupid on giving kids raisins, apples, dumb stuff. Let them have candy. It's kids. I mean, that's just like basically telling a kid, here's a toothbrush and toothpaste in your trick or treat bag. The apples, unless they're not caramel apples, don't be giving apples. Don't be giving raisins. Come on, this they did a thing on TV today, the dumbest candy to give out, and those two were on there. Come on, guys, give some candy out, legit candy. Like I always say, um, we do the fantasy football thing on here. Um, we got Chiefs Kingdom 6-2 versus he's going against he's playing Chiefs Kingdom playing the Vipers. Yeah, Chiefs Kingdom's playing Vipers. Jared 2-6. We got Kasey going against Killer KC. That's going to be a good one. Killer Kasey is 5-3. Casey's 4-4. Those two that should be a good one. Both of those guys are on a losing streak right now. Um, then we got me and I'm going against Curse One. Curse One is he's either up and down. Um, Curse One is 2-5. I'm 5-3. So looking good luck guys this weekend on the fantasy football teams. Good luck on your teams and everything. For me, I'm Jeff. I'm out, and Kasey, you know he always ends the show with what he always wants to say. All right, take care, guys. Happy Halloween.
Okay, the right now going into week 9, I lead Jeff with 76 wins, 43 losses, and 2 ties. Jeff has 69 wins, 50 losses, and 2 ties. So he's getting a little bit of momentum. Um, so yeah, it's like as far as we have one difference, the Falcons and the Redskins. He picked the Falcons. I got the Redskins. Um, so that will be so the title will either change hands or stay outright. But then also too on the show, you if you want you watch a show and you want to comment, we encourage your comments, but just be respectful about it because the thing about predictions are they're predictions. They could be right or they can be wrong. Um, so yes, so keep it cool, keep it real. God bless, and See you next month.
All right.